Now let's try something different. This is an old drill. Okay, watch this. So you take a wedge. Okay, let's switch it up a second. Okay, this sometimes helps. So with the swaying, watch this. If you switch with me a second. So then what you can do is, look at this. You can take a wedge like this, get set up to the ball, and then put it underneath your left heel. Okay, you see how it's under my heel? Okay, now if I don't sway, guess what? The pressure stays on the club, right? Watch this. If I sway off the ball, what happened? I lose the club. I studied, it's funny, I went to the PGA Historical Center in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Listen to this story. I was there for 8 hours. I thought it was 40 minutes. Suddenly the lady came in and she says, we're closing, sir. You have to leave. And it was I had read, they have like from 1700 until today, golf books everywhere. I was in heaven there, right? Well, this is a drill that I picked up from like the 50s or the 40s, 1940, 1950, where people were doing this to stop the hip sway. So let's try it. So if you would, get set up there, please. And then I'll place it underneath your heel for you. There you go. Lift your foot. Thank you, sir. Okay, now keep the pressure on there as you make your backswing. And then remember to supinate to square the club. Here we go. Take your time. All right. Did you keep the pressure on it? Did you?
Yeah.
You did. Okay, let's see how if this worked any better. Right? Because remember, we're trying to figure out how you're going to be able to practice where you start to get a new feel, right? Let's see if this worked. Here we go. Let's see. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Your hip, this stopped the hip from swaying, didn't it? Because if you had swayed, what would have happened is the club would have dropped. So that helped you a lot with the hip sway. Now, you still must have moved a little with your head, okay? And you still did bend your arm. We need the arm straighter still. Let's see if you squared the club up. You over supinated on this one. The club had over rotated. You turned it too far. Do you see that? No, so watch this. How you're supposed to be trying to use the club face, watch this. So let's look at this video. Okay, now watch this. This is Bryson. He comes down. Watch the club face. Okay, now right now, the club face is open. Do you see that? Yeah. Now watch. He got it square now. It's square. Now watch this. Now it's going to stay square. Yeah. You see how it didn't keep turning? Yeah. Okay, now let's go back a second. Now watch his left hand. It's not doing anything. Now it starts to turn. It's starting to turn. It's starting to turn. He turned it. He got it square. And then look, then he keeps it this way. And he stops turning it. So you want to rotate your hand, and then you want to keep it that way. Are you with me? Okay. So let's try that again. That worked great, but you overturned the club.